Wait, look, it's following the car. Her mother sucked in a breath as her father signaled to turn into their drive. Duncan, look, it is a wolf. Katalina glanced at her father as he turned his head to look, and that's when it happened. When her life changed forever, irrevocably broken. Wolves, in shades of black to gray, ran out onto the road. There were so many that all Katalina could see was a wall of fur. They didn't move, nor did they attempt to get out of the way. They looked at the vehicle, the glint in their eyes promising death. "Dad, watch out!" she screamed. "Shit!" he shouted, slamming his foot on the brake. The car skidded, her mother screamed. Time slowed. As the car flipped, Katalina's body was weightless. For one glorious second she felt nothing, feared nothing. And then time hit fast forward. Her body was tossed like a weightless doll, flipped and smashed, while all around her was noise, smashing glass, groaning metal, terrified screams. Then there was silence. An endless, eerie silence that signaled things were very wrong. It might have been a minute, or 10, or maybe just a bare second, but in that time Katalina hung from her seat, her head rushing with blood, her ears ringing, and a constant roll of pain riding through her body. None of it was as frightening as the thought of breaking the silence, because she knew as soon as she opened her mouth, it would be over. Her life would never be the same again. "Mom? Dad?" Her voice was barely a whisper, yet the raspy sound sent a fresh pulse of pain through her head. "Mom? Dad?" she asked more loudly to the silhouettes hanging from their seats, arms limp and fingers unmoving. Fumbling for her belt buckle, she unlatched it, falling with a thud onto the car roof. Her heart pounded louder in her ears. Finding hidden strength, she was crawling toward her parents, when suddenly she heard a whoosh. The car caught on fire. Panic seized Katalina. She screamed, scrambling over glass and twisted metal. Barely registering the cuts to her hands and knees, she unlatched her father's belt. He slumped down, a dead weight. "Dad! Dad, please wake up!" she cried, shaking him. Noises from outside filtered in, the scuff of snow, the low rumble of a growl. Heat. Heat surrounded her, filled her, and each breath burned. She stretched up to release her mother. Nearly at the buckle, she screamed when the window smashed inward. Squeezing her eyes shut, she gasped as glass cut into her skin. Pain, sharp and deep, burned through her body. She had only a moment to register the bite of pain before something pulled her ankle and dragged her from the car. Her hands flailed, looking for something, anything, to keep her inside the car, to keep her with her parents. "Mom! Dad!" she screamed. Kicking and thrashing, she fought against the unseen attacker. Her foot connected. She kicked again and again until finally the grip loosened on her ankle. She was nearly free. One more kick and she could crawl away, but she never made the final kick. White-hot pain, instant and all-consuming, overwhelmed her. Metal gouged into her side, tearing flesh, devouring muscle. Her vision wavered. She almost blacked out as her body met freezing earth. And then there was nothing but pain. Blinded by tears, she tried to fight, but her body had grown weak. The sounds of snarling grew closer. Muzzles prodded and teeth nipped. The mass of wolves surrounding her blacked out the sky above. Katalina didn't fight. She didn't scream. She felt strangely detached. "This isn't real." The sound of heating metal, the crackle and hiss of fire, and the non-existent cries from her parents couldn't be real. None of it was real. She was pulled over the snowbank as the car was engulfed in flames, and in the light of the fire the wolves surrounded her.